You know what they say about a clean desk? It's a sure sign of a cluttered desk drawer. Today, I'm going to recap a 2020 action thriller film called Honest Thief. A quick warning, there will be major spoiler ahead. The film starts with Tom Carter, aka the in-and-out bandit, breaking into a safe, as this is the last heist he is planning to undertake. He later goes to find work at a self-storage warehouse where he meets Annie, a grad student. As Tom prepares to make an honest living, he finds himself chatting Annie up, and she seems to find him charming. 1 year later, Tom and Annie are in a relationship. He brings her to an apartment he wants to buy for them, but they are technically breaking in. She likes the place, and he is preparing to create a stable future for the two of them. In the city, FBI agent Mayers goes to work with his dog. He tells his superior, Agent Baker, that he is going through a divorce, and that his wife is letting him keep the dog. Moments later, Tom calls the office to turn himself in and reveal himself as the in-and-out bandit, as well as complain that he hates that moniker. Since the FBI has gotten multiple bandit confessions, they don't believe him and ask why he wants to turn himself in. He tells them he is in love with Annie and that he wants a fresh start. Unconvinced, Baker sends other agents Nevins and Hall to interview Tom. When the two agents arrive at Tom's apartment, he tells them about a storage unit containing all the money he has stashed from past robberies. The agents go to the storage unit and are surprised to discover that Tom was telling the truth since he has millions of dollars stashed there. Nevins tries to get Hall in on a scheme where they pocket the money themselves, since Nevins knows Hall needs extra money to support his family. Hall reluctantly goes along with it. On their way out, the agents run into Annie and they lie by saying they know Tom. The agents return to Tom's apartment. Nevins pulls out his gun in an attempt to execute Tom right there and steal the money, but the plan is interrupted when Baker shows up at the apartment. On impulse, Nevins shoots and kills Baker. Tom fights Nevins and Hall, leading him to fall out a window with Nevins just as Annie is walking by. Though she is horrified, Tom tells her to run as they get away from the corrupt agents. Meanwhile, Nevins and Hall drive away trying to cover up the story, with Nevins wanting to frame Tom. Hall also knows Tom took his gun. Tom drives Annie to safety, but he is forced to come clean then and there about his past as a thief. He tells Annie the truth, but says he truly wants to do right by her. She is highly dismayed at this news, even as Tom tries to be forthcoming about his intentions. Nevins and Hall pursue them on the road until Tom's car crashes. He and Annie hide out in a parking garage until they lose Nevins and Tom hotwires another car to get away. At the same time, Mayers goes to the apartment to discover Baker's body and later has to inform Baker's wife of his death. Tom and Annie go to a playground for the time being. She is still angry at discovering his truth. He tells her about how his father lost his job after the CEO of his company embezzled from the employees, and his father committed suicide by driving a high speed into a tree. Tom later robbed from the same CEOs. He admits that robbing gave him life, but everything changed when he met Annie. She slowly starts to forgive him, and he gets her home safe. In the morning, Mayers investigates Tom's past, with Nevins and Hall after the former agent lies to Mayers about who killed Baker. They learn that his real last name is Dolan and that he was a Marine, which is where he learned about explosives and demolition. At the same time, Tom digs up information on Nevins. Annie calls Tom about getting footage from the storage warehouse that would implicate Nevins and Hall in stealing the money. When Annie does go get it, she is found by Nevins, who attacks her. Although Annie puts up a fight, Nevins knocks her out. He tries to shoot her dead, but Hall intervenes and takes the security footage from Annie. Tom finds Annie and takes her to a hospital. He then contacts Nevins and Hall, and Mayers listens in from his own phone. Tom calls out Nevins for attacking Annie, but he denies it, and Tom vows to go after him. A nearby officer recognizes Tom and chases after him. Nevins and Hall get wind of this and pursue as well. Tom loses the other cop and hides until he sees the agents, and he backs his van into their car. Nevins shoots at Tom, but he runs away and loses him. He runs into Mayers and briefly fights him until he assures him that he is on his side and that he didn't kill Baker. After he tells Mayers about Annie being hospitalized, the agent goes to sit in her room, where he later spots Nevins coming by to finish the job, but he leaves after seeing Mayers. Later that night, Hall is in bed with his wife Beth discussing some of his personal feelings. He then goes to the garage where he is ambushed by Tom. Hall tells him everything was entirely Nevins' doing, and he gives Tom the security footage. He also warns Tom that Nevins is going to try and kill Annie, so he goes to visit her and sees that she is awake. He is able to get her out and bring her to a safe room. Annie joins Tom as he goes after Nevins. He plants a bomb in his house and warns him with enough time to run out before he blows up the house. Tom knew Nevins would lead into the space where he and Hall are keeping their stolen loot, while Annie waits for Mayers at the storage unit to find the rest of Tom's money. Tom finds Nevins and Hall there, leading to a shootout in which Hall is killed. Nevins tries to escape again and drives away in his car until Tom calls him and says that he put another bomb in his car, which is pressure sensitive and will detonate with the slightest movement. Nevins has no choice but to pull over and wait for the bomb squad to arrive. When they get there, they see that the bomb is a dud, with Mayers having a recording where Nevins and Hall explicitly discuss having killed Baker, and with Nevins carrying stolen money. Mayers has the feds arrest him. Outside FBI headquarters, Annie speaks to Mayers, asking him to go easy on Tom. Tom himself calls Mayers to turn himself in, and Mayers agrees to try and help Tom get a lighter sentence. Tom and Annie then embrace. If you enjoyed this video, don't be shy at the like button, and if you disliked it, hit the dislike button twice just to be sure. You should watch the full movie. Thank you very much for watching.